Your starting lineups: Billups, Aflalo, Anthony. The rookie Gary Forbes goes tonight at 4, and with Nene out, Sheldon Williams, the landlord, at the center position.
The landlord is back. He's cashing in. He needs some rent.
And for Dallas, the lineup you'd expect: Kidd, Terry, Butler, Dirk Nowitzki, and Tyson Chandler.
Lead the league in scoring again if Denver is going to have any chance with those guys out.
He had 30 last night. Tip has happened. Game underway.
The Denver Nuggets on Wednesday. Who would have believed, Bob, that the offseason would occur and Skin would come back? You would like it.
When you guys are my age, you'll both be bald.
Good news is that I've seen pictures of Bob from whenever he was the head coach at Drake. And it's Aaron Aflalo checked by Kidd. You've got Butler getting the starting defensive assignment, as you would expect, against Carmelo Anthony. A double team now late in the shot clock. Aflalo. Poked away by Billups as Dirk made the move. Nice hands by Billups.
That's by Butler right there on Anthony.
Inside to Chandler. A line drive lob pass gets deflected off hands and off the rim. And Denver comes away with a steal, but there's another deflection by Kidd, and it's grabbed by Dallas. Chandler the pass. Terry will get there. Oh, he got taken down by Billups. I'm a little surprised there wasn't a whistle. At the other end, this helter-skelter sequence ends with Sheldon Williams putting Denver on top.
Player in the world right now.
What about Nancy?
Nancy's still got a lot of games. You talking about Nicole? I don't want to worry about that so much.
Jason Terry hits the first Dallas basket. Their other points came at the free throw line. Melo on the drive.
He got up in the air, and Butler did, and there was no place to go with the ball.
Billups into the lane. Fumbled by Sheldon Williams. And speaking of turnover, there's about to be one here. That's a technical on Billups.
He said something to the official. Now he's going back to talk to the official. Or at any point the other night. They're really getting after it. Double team on Anthony to get the ball out of his hands.
Drive down the lane by Forbes. And another attack in the paint and a running hook. Wow, by
Tap the ball out to one of his teammates.
Billups puts back-to-back and a very late arrival. They played a late game because of network television last night in Denver, starting at 8:30 Mountain Time as Jason Terry drives and scores.
A little bit about that 4 o'clock stuff, don't we?
Well, it's happened at every game this year at the 2 guard. Terry's also shooting 51% for the floor and 50% on threes. Forbes flashed in from the weak side.
Well, they're not letting Dirk have any shots.
Against Forbes with 4 to shoot. A double on Dirk. Jason Terry to beat the shot clock. Yes, sir!
Nice job.
Mavs shoot to go back in front. This time Williams is the defender. Low block opportunity for Dirk and over Williams against tight defense. Dallas regains the lead after falling behind by 5. It's an 8-2 Dallas run. A foul.
Terry hit a 3. I'll tell you what he's trying to do, Skin. Jason
In the shot clock, over to a veteran and Kidd, swings it to a veteran and Jet. They
missed only 4 of 40 free throw attempts. He did make the first to tie the game. Kidd gets into the lane. The Mavs are looking for a second chance basket. Weaving into the paint, the aforementioned Terry.
At both ends of the floor. I really think the fact that he's playing better defense is helping his offense.
It's all Jet Dirk so far as Chandler blocks Melo. Kidd on the break, up to Terry. There he is again. He gets the score in transition.
And if he doesn't block it, he might get you to change it.
We've seen that on display tonight. We saw it late in the game the other night against Aflalo in a key situation. Gary Forbes rattles in a 3.
Really, he started the ball game the other night. I didn't know much about the guy, but I sure was making some notes during the game, I'll tell you that.
And that will count for Jason Terry. Oh, Chandler's the one getting the free throw here for the 5th Dallas turnover of the first quarter. Knocked away from Melo. Dallas tries to return the favor. They do. Dirk turned it over and then got a steal coming back on the defensive end, and then was fouled pretty hard.
Close. So back at him. The main reason is the defensive transition for Denver is not nearly as good as their offensive transition when they're pushing the ball.
The run for Dallas right now, fellas, is 17-5. Drive by Melo. Bounces home. Denver ball. A basket will tie. A 3 gives them the lead. Size advantage, and Phillips trying to exploit it. Marion comes to help Murray on the double. All the way around to Harrington in the corner.
They really switch a lot. You know, they've gone small. They don't have a big guy out there, so they just switch it up defensively.
Melvin Eli. System injury update. Melvin Eli, who did
Commander at Fort Hood, and Bob Delaney.
57.7 left of the first.
We have noticed that things change a little bit sometimes when he's not out there.
Smith to the basket. Jones the rebound. Denver leads by 4. Jones found Dirk. That's what. Denver with the throw in. Smith to Ty Lawson. Al Harrington for 3. Ron Butler, he's 0 for 4. Ty Lawson left alone. He has not hit a three-pointer this year. He's 0 for 9 from long distance. Berea on the run, drives in on Harrington. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. Now Butler's on the scoreboard with the offensive rebound and putback. Denver 15 to 10.
In very few minutes.
5 rebounds in 6 minutes.
Not bad.
Smith puts up a 3, and J.R. Smith knocks one down from long range. Denver is shooting 4 for 5 from outside the arc. On the run, Dominic Jones from Berea. And he hits the first
Of when to make that pass, so that Dominic Jones had the angle to go ahead.
That 2-3 zone again. Wow, we've seen a lot of that.
George Karl said before tonight's game, Dallas played 42 possessions of zone against Denver on Wednesday. Loose ball in the lane. They find Melo for 3, and Denver is punishing that. When the other team's playing zone, it's because it's a compliment. It's because they're concerned about what you can do to them when they're playing man-to-man defense. Butler hits as the Mavericks score off a turnover.
Just really good anticipation on a pass to Anthony.
In the lane, Lawson double clutches and lays it in.
See what?
Denver in front by 8. A drive by Dominic Jones. Well, he sent a bullet out to Berea. Made the touch pass to Marion, and Marion is able to score coming up the baseline. 3.5 minutes deep into the second quarter.
See, it's in the middle again.
Yep. You get a $5 power card to use at Dave & Buster's, and you also get a voucher for a buy one, get one Maverick ticket. Another shot is splashed in for Denver.
A streak shooter, Mark, and he's a guy that Smith is a guy that I mean, he can make 5, 6 in a row, and he can make a bunch of threes.
Melvin Eli blocks Marion. Marion gets it back. We played about 5 minutes of the second quarter. Jones into the lane. Jones with the score. Averaging about 9 minutes a game, but he already has 6 minutes of run so far here in the first half. Haywood blocks Harrington. Stolen though by Ty Lawson. Poor pass.
Now you can't make a bounce pass in a situation like that. You've got to make a straight pass. And they did the other night. You get inside it with a dribble drive and with passes to flashing pivot men that are coming inside of the zone. So they're doing a better job against it.
Jason Kidd late the shot clock. Finally, Dallas is able to secure a defensive rebound. Well, let's see if they can take another step or two up that hill that Bob talked about a moment ago. Down low to Haywood, posting up Melvin Eli. Went up wildly with it, followed Ron Butler, and a foul.
Boy, that's
out of the game, Marion. You've got Dirk 2 for 8 for the floor, and he does not complete the three-point play. But Dallas has already trimmed half of Denver's biggest lead, although Melvin Eli just put him back up by 7 with. As we mentioned earlier, Eli did not play basketball last year. His last swing to the NBA was 31 games for the Hornets in 08-09. He's back in the league and helping Denver in a reserve role. Jason Terry, is he ever? Aflalo. Harrington attacks on the dribble and is fouled.
And Butler comes in maybe in the best condition of his life. And hope
he's got the Chicago boys on lock.
Allen comes, he's got to find the open man and the rotation of the ball.
Aflalo, he had the little skip. And a technical foul was just assessed on Aflalo as well.
2-footed?
Yes.
Well, I'm just teasing. Both feet have to land on.
Dallas got a free throw for the technical.
That word's been in the dictionary for years. It's going to get worn out.
I've never used it as much as I have in the last 6 weeks.
I know.
Dirk, aggressive defense of Harrington, but Dirk determined to get a shot, and he hits it. Unbelievable.
It's a wild shot.
Mavs trail by 4. Dirk got his money's worth on that shot, and there's Billups. It was the 4th team foul of the quarter on Denver. For Harrington, it's his 2nd of the game. Jason Terry gets that screen from Dirk. That's a 2-man play on the right side of the floor.
Because turnovers put Denver in transition and with an advantage, and they get good quick shots, open shots.
Billups driving, down low to Melo.
Yes, every pass is not going to be, you know.
This year, 88.5% before that miss. Locker room, don't you?
It's very, very important, especially when you're at home and you're behind.
Double team, Aflalo helps, and Terry goes down. A foul on Billups will put Denver over the limit.
Yeah, it makes it tough.
But yet he still has 12 points.
There's some things that you can do, and you just, because all of those will counter a team that switches a lot.
Billups no good. Sheldon Williams got it back and scores on the putback after Dallas had pulled it within 4 on Jets free throws.
That was a 50-50 ball right there, Mark, and Denver came away with it.
Yeah. Thanks, Ron Washington.
Do you think you're seeing some aggressive defense here tonight out of nothing happens if you don't get it inbounds? Oh.
Touch pass, kid to Terry. Can he continue the hot hand? You better believe it. Jason Terry had a 23-point first half, drilling a 3 to close out the offense for Dallas in the first half and put the Mavs right back on the doorstep, down by 1.
Half. Mark Followill, Bob Ortigal, Nuggets and Mavericks right now.
Well, that's too easy right there.
And Gary Forbes picked it up off the floor. Anthony misses. Rebound went through Dirk's hand, and a technical was just assessed on Melo.
That's baloney.
It matters is now, and the guys have to adjust to
We'll
it.
see what it is in March.
Dirk with a high screen. Terry on the money again with a shot clock.
And he's creating some of those shots. It's not all catch and shoot, spot up jump shots.
Drive by Melo, went past Butler, then knifed through 2 defenders. There's a switch by Denver. Dirk with a J on the money over Billups.
His tail off to get him.
But he's getting him. Butler guards Anthony. Kick out to Forbes. And now with...
And that's the interesting thing about the second night of a back-to-back. You wonder about legs going, but they got their legs so far, and they're knocking those shots down.
Speaking of knocking them down, that's what Dirk's doing tonight. When he's...
That's confidence.
They look good. Rebound Dirk. Dallas shoots for the lead here. As there is a rare 3 not going down tonight for Denver. Aflalo missed. Kidd, bullseye. Lead as Billups misses long on a triple.
Keep that offensive pressure on. Make Denver get back. He needs to drive the ball. He's missed a couple of jump shots.
That jumper goes in, though. Out of a timeout. Meanwhile, I mentioned in that other score between the Rockets and Spurs that Houston is winless this year, the only team in the league in that pickle right now.
Excellent defense by Butler.
Betcha.
Tell you what, that you win some games that way.
Driving, Dirk slaps it home.
Yeah, he made the spin away from the double team. The double team came on the inside and he went baseline.
Billups draws a foul with 7:36 to go in the third court.
Man, that's exciting. If you have enough room, if you're too close to the baseline, you can't do that. Butler's had some big plays. The second defenders come over already, but he didn't go all the way to Dirk.
That's show and go for Butler. Got fouled.
That's what you do, right? Enough about that. And when they do...
Long rebound floats out to Billups. Long pass up ahead. Melo on the attack again.
Well, if you're at home, one guy gets the steal.
I expected nothing less, though.
Yeah. Anytime you got Chauncey Billups at the point, Jason Kidd at the point.
And then big stab with his 9 of 10 and 23 points. Well, Dirk's got 23 points tonight, and he is nearly as hot as 7 of 11. Smith got pinched by a double, made a nice pass back to Sheldon Williams subs, and that's where Dallas had some problems in the first half. Let's see if that's better here in this stretch of the game. Harrington just plowed into Dirk. My goodness. Dirk to the floor. Ty Lawson is in. Dirk went out. Marion subbed in. Melo another three, and Denver right back in front. Badly missing. Jason Terry. He finds Butler. Good pass on the break, and Butler is fouled.
So you've got Marion off the bench, guys, you know, into the 40s in terms of minutes.
Wow. 2:22 left third quarter. Butler in the lane with a floater. Chandler taps it home.
Sometimes I wonder if he realizes just how effective he is down there with that length and that size.
Williams gave it up because Chandler slammed the door shut, and Dallas gets the steal. And Kidd to the cup. He finishes. Slowed up, switch gears on. Melo, that's been the sweet spot for him tonight. Right
Top of that three-point line. He can back away from that thing and still shoot it.
75 all. Marion to the basket. Oh, couldn't get to finish. That's with 7, including a couple of offensive rebounds, 2 for 10 on threes this season.
Pretty good back to the basket player there, and a pretty good passer.
Old New Jersey.
Because he gets in his own way. He really does.
You're right.
How about a 2-for-1 here? What do you think, guys?
Works for me.
They've got time to do it. Maria into the lane, takes it inside and finishes. Tie.
And that may be very important, this 2-for-1 here.
That's what they need more of from Barea. He's got the ability to break down the defense. Jump shot hasn't been there this year, but he has been breaking down defenses as Eli goes in for a follow dunk. He'd be in for the duration now. Harrington. Melvin Eli gets it back. He's hurt Dallas with a couple of offensive rebounds here over the last minute.
And the ball game was tied. That's going to create some problems.
Harrington dribbled it off his foot. He turns it over. Turned it over out on the floor, and Jason Terry goes to the rim. Marion is there with a putback dunk. Eli might have turned his ankle. He's limping after he went to the corner to save the ball for Denver. Smith has it taken away by Terry. He got it back. Lawson, first three-pointer of the year for Lawson.
Usually, you know, either from the inner city or the suburbs.
Sure.
For him.
He's out of the game. Melo getting a rest right now. Phillips hits a three. 7-81.
Well, as I mentioned in the first half, they shot 28 against Dallas the other night. They shot 21 against the Clippers last night.
Marion with the rebound as it was fumbled away by J.R. Smith.
Opportunities for themselves and other guys. Just keep it alive, hang around the basket, and make something happen.
Harrington to spin. Baseline J. Oh, look who works baseline. That is J.R. Smith. He should door no one ever saw him.
That is true.
Ray gets in down low. Haywood hacks.
Going after a center shot, you better do that, though. Otherwise, it's going to be an and one.
Out. Missed them both. Went back outside to Marion. A lot of passing on this possession, but finally Barea hoists the three, and Harrington rebounds. Lawson on the drive. Harrington with the follow. In between Harrington and Phillips and get a steal. Now you've got Phillips fading and missing.
Here's your problem. Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Terry, neither one of them have a basket in the fourth period.
Here's Marion, though, with a runner that goes.
Man.
Lawson the drive. Oh, right down Broadway. Enough of a hand on the ball to keep Chandler from slapping it back. And so Denver ends up controlling. Phillips, big shot. And the ball right where Denver wants it, in the hands of Chauncey Billups to make the decision. He beats Terry. And he goes up into Chandler for a foul on Chandler. Team selection twice. Down by 12 and potentially 13. Yep. Dirk driving in, or trying to. He does get it into the lane against Melvin Eli, but rims it out. Marion with offensive rebound and a finish.
And that's
rather badly trying an over-the-shoulder layup. Butler pulls the trigger and hits. Dallas has been helped by the fact that Denver has missed some in deep. Jason Terry open for three. No. Offside. Dirk got it back for Dallas and then taken out of his hands, but taken out of bounds by Ty Lawson. Dirk a post up. In against Melo. Stripped. Signaling.
And that's what Carlisle's saying right now.
He dribbled the ball. That's it right in front of the official.
Tough three from the corner is rebounded by Dallas after being missed by Phillips. The door is still definitely open, but once again Dallas loses it. Phillips saves it into Harrington. Phillips on the drive. And a lot of contact there. Boy, Dallas has been fortunate. Or thinks they've been on the wrong end of some calls, but there was a lot of contact in that situation. November, the first game, a home game on the 15th, a Monday night, the second game, a road game on Wednesday.
Turnovers have killed the Mavericks, and Nowitzki and Terry have not scored in the fourth.
Dallas only has 10 points as a team in the fourth. Now Lawson's getting a lot of run down the stretch. He gets past Jason Terry. Beats Melo in the lane and a foul with 1:44 to go.
Porter treats a team on the second night of a back-to-back. They've turned it up.
At 4 o'clock, a lot of other nights before games. You can guess again.
27 tonight for Carmelo Anthony. Dirk on the drive against Harrington. And another Dirk turnover here in the fourth quarter as he loses the handle on the dribble. And again, credit that Denver defense. They have been ultra aggressive and physical, especially on Dirk tonight. So 1:20 to go now.
And that's paid off.
Lawson. And it was the road teams who split this week. A pair of free throws here for Lawson. Often these situations of home and home that loses has that impetus, that drive to avenge the loss. They have plenty of things to look at on tape to adjust. And that's clearly what we saw tonight. I mean, Denver handled Dallas' zone defense much better. They adjusted there. And clearly they made a concerted effort to be as physical as they possibly could, particularly on Dirk on the defensive end of the floor.
Well, I would have to agree with that, especially in the fourth period.
Well, Denver will have to shoot it. And it's Harrington who will do it. A rebound for Barea. And the Mavericks will lose for the second time this year. Final score, Denver 103, Dallas 92. Mavericks fall to 3-2. And they have tough customers coming here on Monday night when the Boston Celtics head into America.